Hey, I'm back. Story time. It's February 1st and it hit me that it's my birthday month. I'm Pisces. My birthday is in February, and drum roll, I have a secret. So I'm going to be 49 this year. But if I say that, most people are like, what is 49 supposed to look like? I'm not sure, but this is my version of 49. So I'm halfway there. I've said in other videos that I want to live to over 100. So I have spent most of my life being curious about how to do that. I have realized that having a good time keeps you young, no stress, good vibes only. And yeah, I've been focusing on making sure I have money in the bank. I have autonomy with my time, and that is really what's been amazing. I can do whatever I want. When I turned 40, I started living a retirement lifestyle, and I turned 40, 9 years in. I'm 9 years in. It blows my mind. I'm like, where did the time go? But anyway, so for those of you that may have been looking at my posts wondering, like, who's this young girl talking about all this stuff? I'm not that young. I have quite a bit of life experience and certifications and degrees and all sorts of things. I have been a curious person all my life. From as young as I've known myself, I've always wanted to have a good time. That's it. So I spent my life trying to figure out how to do that, and learning along the way that you need money in the bank to be able to do that. You need to be able to serve the community with a price point that you get the best value for your time. I learned very early on that a job will never do that, because when you give a job permission to feed you, you give them permission to dangle whatever it is that they choose to over your head. If they lay you off, then you're like, yikes, now you have to replace one versus many. So I learned early on that serving many people, that's the word. Having streams of income is also highly recommended. Having businesses, you got to try things out. But the first thing you have to do is set up yourself where you can serve the community at large. Many. If you did the science, you would realize, like, your job is a service. You are serving a company to provide a service to others, and they're giving you a portion of whatever profit they are making to serve. So life is about service. And I spent the first half of my life learning how to provide services for others, learning about interacting with others, emotional intelligence. There's so much stuff. It's so interesting. I've observed humans most of my life, figured out how to communicate with others, to get what I want, get what they want, how to listen. Being human is a practice. It's not, you're not a robot. There are ebbs and flows. There's evolution. No doesn't mean anything to me. Like, okay, move along. I don't fear death, because every day I make sure that I have a great day. Every day I make sure that I'm in good spirits with everyone that I interact with. There's a few things that I'll be sharing with my community so that I can have some people to align with. I realize most of my social circle, they have jobs, and I work with their schedules whenever there's a hangout situation. And, the vacations I go on with them is when they are free, but I have a lot more free time than average, and I'm looking for people to align with, that I could have intellectual conversations with and evolve and, talk about big things and make big moves and collaborate and all of that good stuff. So that's what the community is. That's a bit more about me, and my vision for myself is the next half of my life is to just make a difference for as many people as possible. So any money that I charge for my knowledge and all of the experiences that I've accumulated, that I've, I'll be giving like the shortcuts to things. If people listen, they will have amazing lives. I have a bunch of people that can be testimony to that if they just let me lead them, they will have the same thing. And it's been amazing to see people that have helped thrive and flourish. It really feels amazing to serve. So that's it for now. Happy birthday month to all the February birthday folks. And I'm Pisces. Happy Pisces season. Well, not yet, but Pisces season is coming. So yeah. Yeah, it's going really good so far. It's February already. Can't believe that. I'm about to be 49. When did the time go? It was so amusing telling the young ladies at St. Francois, and I'm like, how old do y'all think I am? And they would say, like, I don't know, like 25 or 30, 35. So when I said 49, about to be 49, they're like, what? I'm like, yeah. And I'm basically a professional limer. Of course, they laughed at that, but I said, listen, don't get that twisted. I'm a professional limer because I set up my life that way. I've been very, very strategic in planning out my life so that I could have a good time. So the next part, like chapter 5, next level alignment. I've been basically living a retirement lifestyle since I was 40. So I'm 9 years in, and yeah, I want to just teach people how to do that. And I've realized I need to get you when you're younger. If you listen to me when you're younger, you could be living the retirement lifestyle by the time you're 30, even 35. And for those of you that are approaching retirement, let's talk as well. I can serve you as well, because retirement can be a daunting experience. You've had a schedule for all of these years, and now you're about to not have a schedule, and then it's like, okay, what do I do with myself? I could teach you some things about how to enjoy your free time. Even planning for retirement requires some diligence to make sure that you have the finances to enjoy it. I see a lot of my elders, retirement for them, it's just sort of existing and paying bills. I don't see that to be retirement. It shouldn't be that way. You've worked so hard all of these years, and then that's all you can afford to do is just hang around the house? No, that's not cool. So even if you're early 40s and you're looking at retirement in early 60s, you still have 20 years that you can make a plan so that your retirement years, you're traveling the world. You're a global citizen. We are global citizens. It is our obligation to explore the planet. You're a member of the planet. The planet is amazing. I've been to at least 25 countries, maybe more. I'm not sure. I should check. I've traveled the world: Iceland, Dubai, Greece, the Caribbean islands, and Spain, Croatia, Mexico. Yeah, I've traveled. And it's amazing to experience different cultures. Guatemala. It really is truly incredible to experience other cultures and experiences in general. I'm not into things, I'm into experiences. I've realized at a decent age that I was like, yeah, what is the point of all of these things? I have accumulated so much stuff over the years, and it's just in a closet taking up space. And then I have to make sure I'm renting a big enough space to hold the stuff. So I invite you to ponder about exploring experiences versus accumulating things, because when you work really hard to save money to buy a bag or some pair of shoes or something, you're making these brands richer, and they are getting their products made in China. So what is that about? But anyway, to each his own. To each his own. Yeah, that's just my version of life. I'm having an amazing time, and I look forward to the second half, sharing all of that intel with you guys. And just remember this: any of the money, it's not to make me rich. Whatever money that I will be charging is because I have another 20-year plan that I'm in phase 1, the first 5 years, so it'll be every 5 years the phases will escalate to transform my home well, I say countries because my home islands, Trinidad and Tobago. Yeah, that's my home. So I want to give back to my fellow countrymen. So I will be sharing my time, sharing my knowledge in exchange for money, because it's basically crowdfunding for the other massive projects that I have in mind, because they'll need money to be implemented. So it's basically crowdfunding. So if you choose to participate in a course or anything like that, or be part of the community where there's money involved, just know that you will be contributing to making a difference in your home country as well. You're not benefiting my pocket only. It's really about, I need funding to implement some of these things that will be implementing. And I don't want to, I like to handle my business. So if I get donations along the way, that's amazing. But I have a vision that I will accomplish this with sharing myself with you guys in exchange for some money, and then I'll be able to deploy the other things that I want to deploy. Anyway, that's a long ramble. But yeah, that's a bit more about me. All right. Have a great night. Happy February. All right.